Charles Leclerc led teammate Carlos Sainz in a surprise Ferrari front-row lockout after a chaotic qualifying session at Mexico City. World champion Max Verstappen appeared primed to take pole for Red Bull after impressing Q1 and Q2, but the Dutchman could only manage third after Ferraris came from nowhere to surge to the top of the timesheet. Leclerc delivered a 1:17.166 on his first run in Q3 to go 0.067 clear of Sainz, and despite neither Ferrari being able to go quicker on their second run, Verstappen's improvement on his flying lap was not enough to gate crash the final row. Verstappen faced a near 3-hour wait before his third place on the grid was confirmed, with the stewards deciding to take no further action after investigating him for blocking the pit lane during a chaotic finale to Q1. AlphaTauri's Daniel Ricciardo produced the best moment of his return to F1 so far, making a statement by beating Red Bull's Sergio Perez home to fourth at the Mexican home race. Lewis Hamilton also had to wait for the outcome of post-qualifying investigation for not slowing down on the yellow flags at the end of Q1 before his sixth was confirmed. Oscar Piastri took seventh from McLaren, but the team will be left hugely disappointing after poor execution led to a shock Q1 exit for Lando Norris. George Russell was also cleared of blocking at the end of Q1 after an investigation took 8th and ahead of the Alfa Romeo GI. After seeing a fourth pole of the season, his second in a row after topping US Grand Prix qualifying last week, Leclerc will be looking to end a streak of 10 starts from the front of the grid that has failed to turn into victory. But Ferrari's pace was something of a mystery going into session, with both drivers' final run in P3 being ruined by traffic, but going into the final 12 minutes of the session, there was little clue of what was to come. Sainz had only just scraped through to Q3 by narrowest of margins in P9, while Leclerc finished Q2 and 6, 3/10 of the time Hamilton had top Q2 with. Meanwhile, Verstappen, who had headed all three practice sessions, appeared to have ominous speed and had the luxury of sitting in his garage until the end of Q2, having already set a strong time to advance with his first effort. Verstappen was first going to Q3 and appeared to have set decent times, the outpaced Ricciardo and Perez, but then came the Ferraris, and with Sainz first better in the Red Bull before Leclerc went even faster. It's the Ferraris who had the first the final runs, and they looked at left the door open for Verstappen, failing to improve, but his marginal gain was not enough. The last car for line was Hamilton, who was also able to improve, but only enough to take 6th, which was a disappointing result as Mercedes hoped to challenge Red Bull here. I did not expect to be on pole today, Leclerc said. We were lacking quite a bit after FP3, but for some reason, once everything came together, we gained quite a lot. The surprising results may be partially explained by the unique conditions of Mexico, which sits at a high altitude, creates rarely seen impact on various elements of the car, perhaps most crucially the tyres. Unfortunately, Ferraris, the same thing that helped them in qualifying may prove to be their downfall on Sunday, with the Italian team expected to suffer more tyre wear than rivals over the race. This means Verstappen will start as clear favourites to claim a record 16th win of the season and continues to rewrite the sport's history books after claiming a third successive title. Before Ferrari stole the show in Q3, there had been a wild start to the session, with most of the issues stemming from overcrowding at the end of the pit lane. At the end of Q1, several cars attempted to close out of the pits in the closing stage, only being blocked by Verstappen, Russell and Alonso, who held station at the exit as they sought to the optimum moment to leave the pits and subsequently avoid breaking another rule by going too slowly on their outlets. In clearing all three of the offences, the stewards admitted that the rules prohibiting both pit lane exit impeding and going over a maximum limit on non-flying laps are contrary requirements, and that breaching the former is less dangerous than having cars at vastly different speeds on the circuit. The investigation has concluded that there are better solution for pit lane exit is desirable but currently unknown. And by the time that the Gats had made it around to start their flying laps, Alonso's spin at turn 3 brought out yellow flags in the first sector, which compromised a significant number of cars behind him. The biggest loser was Norris, and being left exposed after inexplicably not choosing to set a lap time on the medium tyres out on his first Q1 run after botching his first attempt on a flying soft lap. He may not have been able to improve enough to advance had he attempted another lap on the same soft tyres, but lost the opportunity when Alonso span. Hamilton was also among the cars behind Alonso and was called to stewards regarding alleged failure to slow down on yellow flags before being later cleared. The only driver to be punished was the winning of Logan Sargent after he overtook the AlphaTauri's Yuki Tsunoda on the yellows. Sargent received a 10th-place grid job, which will have no impact after he qualified last, but more significantly 2 points on his safety licence. There was significantly wild scenes in the pit lanes at the end of Q2 as Tsunoda made contact with Williams' rear jacket. He made it out of the garage, for which the team were fined for leaving unattended. Alex Albon showed impressive pace to finish second in final practice, appeared to have snuck into Williams into Q3 before losing time for breaching track limits at turn 2. Zhou and Norris were both cleared for exceeding the maximum lap time allowed during qualifying, as the stewards once more opted not to impose a penalty for an offence that had occurred repeatedly since the rule was brought in for September's Italian Grand Prix. Before I go, let me run you through the grid for this weekend. And yeah, it was Leclerc first, Sainz second. Like I said, a surprise result, but Ferrari always seems to put it out of the bag in qualifying. I very much doubt they'll be able to hang on tomorrow though in the race. But Verstappen third, I think, yeah, probably even the best position to start in Mexico, typical one, that is. But yeah, I think he'll be still feeling very confident. Ricciardo got to be the star of qualifying. What a lap that was. P4, out for in Paris. He was reasonable this weekend, to be fair, Paris. But yeah, Ricciardo doing that job will put the pressure on. Hamilton sixth. Really, I would say maybe not much more he could have done, to be honest. But I think, yeah, he'll be hopeful of moving forward, but maybe just not the pace Mercedes we were hoping for in 6th and 8th. Piastri 7th, he'll be pretty pleased with that. It'll be interesting to know where Norris would have put that McLaren, but hard to tell. But yeah, I think it's a solid job to split the Mercedes. And then you've got Alfa Romeo 9th and 10th, really good from them. Now we're looking to convert that into points tomorrow. Before it was Gasly 11th and Hulkenberg 12th. Yeah, bit disappointing. Hulkenberg did a decent job to get so far up, but for Alpine, just miles off it. Kind of the same with Aston Martin. What has happened to Aston Martin? Yeah, just such a shame. Then you got yeah, the Williams cars, who just didn't really have the pace. The Albon made that mistake, but yeah, after some good form early in the weekend, it's just kind of fizzled out. And yeah, Tsunoda, obviously such a shame with having to take the penalty. And yeah, Magnussen, Norris, yeah, that could be a costly error, and that could cost McLaren big points. But yeah, very excited to see how he does in the recovery tomorrow, though. Anyway guys, that's it for you. Thanks so much for watching. Share, subscribe, and subscribe for daily F1 news and scratch your channel. Greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.